right, let's get to it now. Dino, welcome back to the show. At another time, we've been with you on the newspaper review section.
Yeah.
We've been with you on conversation on climate change, the Africa Climate Summit, the COP26, COP27, COP28 is coming up.
Sure.
Bakitu to sign mahali hivi tuko host hii show, sindio? All the way to the end,
Yes.
from start to finish.
Yeah.
But welcome back.
Thank you, Richard.
Once more.
Yeah.
Before we begin into the conversation, say hi to our viewers.
Hello, everyone. It's always a green morning to be at KUTV. It's always my pleasure to be here to talk about conservation of the green heart of Nairobi. It's always my pleasure.
Right. Then let me just ask you one more. I think we are very clear on it,
Yes.
but for someone who's seen you a couple of times here on the show, why are you so passionate about matters of the environment, about matters of conservation?
What I say is that environment is the only resource that we all share. Without the environment, nothing is possible. So I think the only thing that we should do is to conserve the environment. If you want to create businesses, jobs, now that we are in a business show, it's all about environment. Yes.
Right. So we need to take care of the resource which could be our source of income, or which is, not could be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're wearing green as well, or is that not green? That's green.
This is jungle green.
That's jungle green.
Yeah.
Is that a statement?
It is a statement to me because now I'm trying to look like a forester. Yeah, now that we are going to be signing a forest management plan, I have to look like a forester.
All right.
Yeah.
You're part of a very great part of the city park. Please let us know of what your role is so far and what you've been up to, and then we can get into, of course, the launch that's happening today.
Thank you again, Richard. Myself, the post that I have at City Park Forest is Cultural and Natural Heritage User Group. The Constitution of Kenya envisaged that all forests must be managed by Kenya Forest Service in conjunction into a marriage with the Kenya Forest Service. This is not like the Kenya Forest Service are doing us any favor, but it's the envision of the Constitution. So the Constitution says that community forest associations shall have user groups. These user groups are like the ministerials of the forest. Any activities that are going to be taken into the forest are going to happen through the user groups. Like City Park, we have the cultural and natural heritage that I head, I'm lead. We have the beehive, we have the ecotourism, we have the rehabilitation and wellness. We also even have the nursery user group. We have waste management now that we know Kibagara River that runs in the middle of the park has been turned into a sewer line. So there's need for us to have a waste management user group that will see us in the cleaning and maintenance of the city park.
When you take a look at City Park, how would you rate our conservation efforts so far? You've mentioned there, in between your statement, there's of course an observation of sewer lines even between our rivers, and a general neglect or a sense of ignorance when it comes to conserving environment. How would you rate us specifically with City Park?
For now, what I can say at City Park, we are at 0.1.
Wow.
Yeah.
Percent.
0.1%. Because I have sent you the PFMP. If you read the history of City Park, 1902 it was a very it was the best green space because we had the maize, the mtego wa panya. We call it is the maize, but in the local dialect we call it mtego wa panya. This was a place that you found that people were going and having a lot of fun. I think I have told you in this show again. You find people like we go with you inside, Richard. We go inside through one entrance, but we won't find tutapotea ndani. So it was so exciting, and these are things that I'm reading in books, and I feel like I have been losing out. So I feel giving it at 0.1 is good, because when you go to there, City Park is rich in culture of cemeteries. World War Cemetery, World War I and World War II cemeteries. We have the Goan and the Hebrew cemeteries. But now we are seeing that the graves we are losing the graves because there are a lot of panya roots. There are street families and street people sleeping around those graves. A lot of encroachment and buildings coming up even on top of the graves. So I think 0.1
the dead must be turning in their graves. Imagine. Or they already left at this point.
After fighting for the world.
Man, you die, you rest, but you can't even rest in peace.
Imagine.
Clearly, because
someone
even-
is on top of you.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
Now let's take a look at the City Park Participatory Forest Management Plan. Could you give us a general overview of what this is?
The participatory plan, the Constitution of Kenya envisaged that we have to participate, public participation, so that we can manage our forest. And therefore, we held an inception meeting from 2021, I think, 2022, where we invited all the stakeholders to come and give their views on how they want City Park to be. And for this, it is the guideline that will go and will see the management of City Park for the next 5 years. Yeah.
All right. There was a change in leadership at the KFS. Did this influence the development and approval?
Yes. It actually, I came here one time when we were given a date for the launch.
Yes, I remember. And then it was postponed or cancelled.
Yes, it was postponed. At that time, I came to understand that it was postponed because of change in office of the Chief Conservator of Forest.
Okay.
From now we have Alex. Alex has really helped us because as soon as he took the office from Mr. Kamau, he only gave us 1 month, and now we haven't signed in. So we appreciate him for the good work he has done for the forest.
Right.
Yeah.
Forest, it's called the City Park Participatory Forest Management Plan.
Yes.
PFMP.
Yes.
What are the main components or strategies which are outlined here?
In the PFMP, what we are seeing how we can facelift the park. Like I've told you that we had the maze, the Mtego Apanya. It is no more, it's a sewer line. We have the Kibagare River that has been turned into a sewer line again. We have the graves that are a lot of rich in heritage of Kenya. We have the graves of the first vice president of second vice president of Kenya. Do you know him? Joseph Murubi. He's buried there besides his friend, the first martyr of Kenya, Pioga Mapinto. So you see, the forest is
A
carrying
lot of our history is in
a
there.
lot of it. And the other day we had the United Nations General Assembly, and it was like, how come City Park is not appearing in the conversations in the at New York when we had the UGA? Because peace is supposed to be shown through the graves. Those people died because of the peace of the world, and therefore the state that their graves are in now, they shouldn't be like that.
Right.
They fought for the world. Therefore, I feel like the PFMP and the plan of City Park, it will help in conservation of these graves and conservation of our heritage, because we are losing it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true. And there's also a lot of sports activity and relaxation that happens around City Park.
Yeah.
So it's something that the whole local community will appreciate if we took a bit more care into it.
Yeah.
Speaking of the local community, then how can we be involved in general as a public?
For the first thing that I said, it's today if you are available, come and witness the signing of the City Park PFMP, because you'll be a witness that now the forest will be conserved. It was gazetted in 2009. The first time it was gazetted, it was 1947. But now, at that time, it was 187 hectares, 1947. But you see, over time, it has been neglected, and being in the middle of the city, the parcels of land are so some people really want them, because getting even one acre of land in Nairobi, in a city, in a park that is 4 kilometers from the CBD, you see, it is very valuable. And a lot of people even now, not so many people are happy that City Park will be fenced, because they want the parcels.
I bet a few individuals here and there are not really happy.
Yes.
The so-called cartels.
Yeah.
Right. Have there been challenges such as those, and maybe any other during or up to leading to this, of course, PFMP?
Yeah, there have been a lot of challenges from the government institutions. We saw that even the county government of Nairobi was so much did want the park to go to the Kenya Forest Service. They wanted to retain it because entry fees are sources of revenue for the park. The many hectares of land, now we are remaining with 64 hectares of land, you see. Those are vast lands, so a lot of people want to control the park, and therefore it has been pushing. They have been a push and pull for the conservation of the park. There's even the Aga Khan who is there, who claims to have the one part of the forest is his. There's another Muhindi on the other lower side who thinks the other side is his. You see, there's a lot of people who thought that this park is theirs, but now it is good news that now the park is for Nairobians, it is for Kenyans. Yes.
All right. There's going to be a couple of activities there, and we'll get into them, what people can expect. But does the PFMP take into account, you being someone who's very concerned with culture and heritage, does it take into account the preservation of culture and heritage?
Yes, the PFMP, like me, I will have to be taking, like I am welcoming people to my user group.
Okay.
Anyone that is interested in culture and natural heritage, contact me, come and let's work at City Park. Why? When we classify forests, forests are classified according to what they offer. City Park Forest offers culture because of the graves, because of the, like Joseph Murubi, who was the father of arts. He really brought a lot of arts back to Africa from all over the world. People, Africans were coming up with arts. Mzungus were taking it to the West and everywhere in the world. But he brought a lot of arts, and that's why our key stakeholder in the forest, it is the Kenya National Museum, Museum of Kenya, because they are the ones who are taking charge of the grave of Murubi. Because you know there is a Murubi gallery, art gallery,
right in the CBD.
In the CBD. So his grave. His grave is under the curator of the Murubi Gallery, who is answerable to the
National
Museum of Kenya.
Okay.
So they are the ones who take care of these graves. And with that said, I want to welcome anyone that is youth that are artists. Let's come. I will be, after we fence, because that is the main agenda, we have the first agenda. I will also be hosting a lot of art galleries, live paintings, and I welcome all the youths to come. Let's do this for Murubi. Let's do this for Kenya.
All right.
Yeah.
That is what the PFMP will do in regards to cultural and heritage aspects, and of course they know being very relevant to that kind of preservation of culture and heritage. Are there specific conservation or sustainability goals also within the PFMP?
Yes, the first one is we have to, for climate change, we all know that forests are sinks. So apart from the culture, we need the forest to act as carbon sinks. Now that a lot of pavement in Nairobi, they have created a lot of urban heat island that we feel there is a lot of increase in temperatures. And that's why you find that the forest being in the middle of the city, it really takes in the CO2 that we produce and makes the lives in Nairobi livable. So it is a very important thing for climate change. Again, it's for the biodiversity. We wouldn't have any food production without the bees, the butterflies, and if we kill the forest, so we are also reducing the food security. Yes,
that's correct. The activities of the day, then, from 11, maybe a highlight of the most important that will be happening.
The activities of the day is that we are expecting Alex Olemakoko, the Chief Conservator of Forest, to be there. He will be the one who will be guiding us in the signing of the ceremony. We also expect maybe county governments, members, even the ministry representative to be there. But the main activity of today is that we are going home with a document. We are going home with relaxation that now City Park is going to be facelift, that there will be fencing of the City Park. It will be no longer anyone can come and do anything there. No plastic bottles in the park. Like already we are seeing it with the Michuki Park. We are seeing it with the Arboretum. That is the face that we are seeing it. And actually, Richard, to put to your knowledge is that City Park is referred to as the green heart of Nairobi. And it feels bad to see the things of the heart are so much left out. Yet hearts are the thing that pump us all through with blood and everything.
Right.
So I feel like
now we're heartbroken.
Yeah, but now at least you're not going back to your ex, but you're moving forward. Yeah.
All right, and we're moving forward with the City Park PFMP. That's our new caretaker of our matters of the heart. Specific partnerships or collaborations that you could mention?
I feel for now it is dual because the event is for the Kenya Forest Service and the City Park for Community Forest Association.
Right.
Those are the main people, but we also have the stakeholders. We have the Architecture Association of Kenya that helped us a lot with the landscaping and water views. We have the National Museum, as I have said. There is also the stakeholders around those, the Aga Khan, the people of there. We have the market, and even the people of Karura Forest. Yeah.
Apart from today, since this is called the City Park Participatory Forest Management Plan, which means that participation is what we are expecting from everyone. Between 2023 to 2027, I know that one of the things you said people can do to contribute is to attend today, first of all, right? But then between now and 2027, what other activities can I do to ensure that I'm also participating in this PFMP?
If you are a lover of bees, we'll be having beekeeping. If you are a lover of nurseries and trees, we'll be having a nursery. If you are a lover of culture, I'll be there for you. If you are a lover of waste management, we'll be doing there. There will be a user group there of my very good friend Joseph. If you are a lover of ecotourism, that is the main agenda of City Park. We are going to, the main activity will be ecotourism.
Right. Should other city parks or other parks around the country also, do they have a participatory management plan, or should they also, if they don't have one?
When I started, I said that the Forest Management Act of 2016 said that all forests must be managed by Kenya Forest Service in conjunction with the Community Forest Association. So even Arboretum has a C.F.A. Even Karura Forest, the people who made Karura Forest to be what it is now, it is the C.F.A. The people that they call themselves the Friends of Karura. Those are the C.F.A. of Karura.
All right.
So C.F.A. is the people who are, you see, the Community Forest Association, what they will be doing, managing the activities. You see, everything that will be happening in the park, if you are going to come up with a swimming pool, it is according to the C.F.A. members. Those are the people who manage that swimming pool.
Whatever activity that will happen.
Yes. The only work the KFS have, it is to protect and manage. Like guarding, they will be just there on the gate. Richard is coming, show me your ID, make sure you don't have a plastic bottle when you're going inside. That is their work, only that, protection. But the activities that you're going to do inside there, it is C.F.A.
All right.
Yeah.
So other C.F.As around other parks should also show up and come up with, if they don't have such a PFMP as well.
I think I have been seen even before us. That's why we were complaining, because we cleared our PFMP very early, but it was signed. It will be signed today.
Okay.
That is almost a year. Other CFAs finished after us, and they were already signed.
All right.
You see?
I see.
So every forest is having a CFA.
Okay. What as a community led organization, are there milestones that you will set to see if this is implemented between 2023 and 2027? What things can we take a look at to say, maybe the implementation was actually done correctly?
We'll follow to the latter what we have in the PFMP, because if you go against the PFMP, any person can go to court.
Okay.
Yeah. So it is not just it is not a light thing. It is a very heavy thing, because a lot of people are there. Even me myself, I know there are some people who don't want me to be in the CFA, because it is not just something small. It's something big. Again, our first agenda for the forest, it is security. In the forest goals, the first thing is fencing. You cannot manage a park that is not fenced. So that is the resources we are looking for even today. If the chief conservator is coming, or even the ministry, we are going to request for funds for fencing the park. First things first.
Right, fencing first, so that we are protecting already what we have, and then we can build up from that point. That's a good call to action as well. And I think at this point, maybe to call out to the audience, wale ambao wata make time, they should come through. This is a chance again.
Okay, thank you everyone. I think, Richard, when you started, I heard you talk about Kigali.
Yes.
And I want to tell Nairobians, the things that make Nairobi the best city in Africa, it is the richness in green spaces. Actually, I'm an urbanist by profession. I did urban planning. And when we look at how sustainable cities are, we look at how the green spaces that they have. Imagine New York. Do you think New York even have any green space where people can go relax even after job? They can go bask on the sun, sleep on the grass. We are really privileged in Nairobi for having these green spaces, and it is high time for people to visit this place. If you have not visited City Park, please do. We have the memorial, the Peace Memorial. If you go to the Murubi Peace Memorial, there's a lot of art. The Bird of Peace, the African woman, the graves, the itineraries of the works of Joseph Murubi. We have in the Nyongesa, you see the sculptures of Nyongesa. It's a very good place to be in. And I urge people, please visit these parks whenever you are free. Now that we are going to fence City Park, come do your events in City Park. We have 64 hectares of land to your disposal.
All right. There's a lot of space there for you to enjoy nature and also to participate towards conservation efforts. How does this fit in the resolutions made at the Africa Climate Summit? Does it?
Yeah, it does. Carbon sinks. We have the biodiversity conservation. We have if people love bird watching. There's a lot of things, connection of this forest, even the water availability. You know that the Kilbargari River, that water is drunk downstream. But I have I take every day I go to City Park, I have to take a photo of the river. It is purely Nairobi Sewerage Company. It is not a river.
It is not a river. It is Nairobi Sewerage Company's point of disposal. So we are hoping to have a change in that and having broader conversation around environment and sustainability. Thank you very much, Deno, for creating time for us today here. Maybe just about the event, because it's something we mentioned at the beginning. We've been also discussing of the events. A call out again for people to come through to the event, and then we wrap it up.
I have no much to say. It's just that I am so happy today that I will go home. My efforts being rewarded by signing of the PFMP, and I request the Ministry of Environment, Climate Change, please look for resources for us. Even the President of the Republic of Kenya, please, Nairobi City. You know, even the other day when we had the African Climate Summit, I was looking at that the website that we were loading in. They had very good thing about the giraffe, but a lot of things hidden down there. Why don't you just be truthful? This is the state, because like rivers and flooding. Now we are talking about flooding and climate change. They are not just a Kenyan problem. It is multilateral. So Uganda has something to do with our floods coming downstream like that. So it is multilateralism, and if the world does not come together in one goal, these things will never be achieved, not even food security.
All right. That is Dennis Kimani, the CEO of the Green Youth Society. The City Park Participatory Forest Management Plan will be launched today at 11 a.m. at City Park. So if you want to join, entrance is free.
It is free.
Entrance is free of charge. So go there, participate in the activities. There will be tree planting, there will be fencing, there will be conversations, there will be painting, there will be fun happening there as well. So make sure, if you have time, to pass by City Park to see what exactly is happening and what will be the framework between now and 2027. Asante sana, Deno.
Shukran.
And all the best with today.
Make sure you visit me.
All right. That is an invite from Deno, and I'll make sure that I find my way there. But for now, I'm going to take a short break, and then I'm coming back with more conversations. Remember, the Reimagine Plus CEO is here with us this morning, and we are going to have a discussion, of course, from a digital and a human-centric perspective. Pauline Masharia is already gearing up to come through to set, so don't go too far. I will be right back with her.